Perfect. Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us. I am here with Donna, and she is one of our students, and she is really just loving the role. And so we brought her on just to give you peace of mind if you're new and you haven't joined yet, sort of how this role is and how it can really help change your life positively, because that's really what we want. And so I was just chatting here with Donna. And real fast, Donna, just go ahead and share what role you're in and then also your professional background before becoming a utilization reviewer.
Sure. I am a home health care coordinator for naviHealth. I started in August. Prior to joining naviHealth, I have 18 years of home health care experience. And prior to home health, I dabbled in SNF, school, early intervention, and acute rehab. So home health is definitely my area of expertise. So I was pretty confident with my clinical skills going into the job, but a lot of it has been a whirlwind. So
definitely. But I'm so glad that we were just talking about how much you're smiling and how happy you are with this role. Like, how has it helped, like, just overall your mental health? Because it seems like, because you just got off of a long shift and look at you, you're like fresh.
I know.
Happy. I know. And so if you can just talk a little bit about that, that'd be inspiring for people, I think.
Sure. Well, anybody who's worked in home health, I'm sure other settings as well. When you wake up in the morning, you're charting. When you get home from work, you're charting. You're making phone calls. You're working on the weekend. And I loved it. And I loved what I was doing. I love the work. But after 18 years, I needed a little change. And I found like I wasn't exercising. My diet wasn't healthy. I wasn't sleeping. And I was stressed all the time, always thinking about work. So one of the greatest benefits of this position is that you log in for your shift, and at the end of your shift, you log out. Friday at the end of my day, when I shut down my computers, I am done until Monday. I have not experienced that for probably 20 years. So I'm not worrying about work when I log off. It's unbelievable. I mean, that in itself, there are different shifts that were offered at the time that I was applying, and I was looking for a later shift because I was a person who always used to like run in the morning and exercise. I like to if I can get everything done in the morning, then my mind is free for the rest of the day. So I'm working 11 to 8. I love it. One of the first questions my CTM asked me was if I wanted to change shifts. And she was shocked when she learned that I actually had requested it and truly enjoy it. So the job is I've learned so much. I had to learn so much in order to secure the role. If it wasn't for this course, I don't think I would have landed the position. And I would have been, no, I know it because I was so ready for the interview. I should also tell you, I bombed an interview for another major insurance provider prior to this, which really helped me fine tune myself, lighting, computer, the way I speak, which when you have all that together, you feel much more confident going in to your interview. I was prepared for anything, and my first phone interview was exactly what Emma, you had said it would be. My second interview, I was ready for any star question they could possibly throw at me, and I didn't get any. So, I've heard all different kinds of responses. You never know exactly. My interview, it was like a conversation, a sharing back and forth. I don't know.
Some are really hard. It's so funny with the interview. We'll have some people have the hardest, second and third interviews ever. And then some hiring managers are just like conversational. So it just varies so much. We hear it, but luckily, we have all the questions so that you can feel over prepared, because that's really what we want. Yes. Is if you go in over prepared, you're ready for anything. And hopefully it is a conversational interview, because that's way less stressful.
Exactly. I was like, come on, aren't you going to ask me, when I just appointed a manager? Like, come on, bring it on. Or yeah, she didn't ask me anything. But the other interview was, I don't know if should I say the other insurance company, or, I mean, you do promote the other insurance company. that interview was all-star questions. It was a lot of clinical questions, and I don't know, it was just a very different vibe. And I did take away a lot of positivity from that and was able to make a lot of changes. And I think it really had me 100% ready for this position.
Definitely. It's so important to practice. And that's why we have that. There's an interview prep link now that you can go do a practice Zoom. Not with me, it's sort of like recorded, but it's so great. And just doing that, I think, is so helpful for everyone listening. Because really, even though you can prepare, try to have it be a mock interview, just because that experience is invaluable. But I love, you were even talking about, we have a lot of people that aren't very tech savvy, and they're sort of worried about transitioning into this. And so how has that been for you?
It was a whirlwind. I had obviously worked on a variety of different systems and home health, but I did not know Word, OneNote, Excel. I looked at what was in your course. I watched videos of other people who had interviewed. And then I got on YouTube, and that's how I started, learning how to do my resume. And from there, I just kept, like I said, I had really taken a leap of faith, and I had the time to do all that. But then when I started the job, what I found is that when you're going through onboarding, they really teach you what you need to know. It's not that complicated. It's very scary when you think about it beforehand, but it really isn't as bad. And they're just the nicest, patient people. I just keep pinching myself all day. I wanted to wake up. So just having such a positive experience. There's nothing fake going on here. I'm ecstatic. I really am.
That's good. That's good. And I've always heard that. I've heard that everyone is just really collaborative. It's very easy to ask questions.
Yes.
Good.
Yeah, really patient. And I feel very strongly. And I remember writing to you and thinking, I've sent in 3 applications, and I was already, I'm never going to get hired. I'm never going to get a job. After I did get some positive feedback that I would get some type of interview, it was a long time. I actually was hired in May and did not start until August. So it is a long process. And while I was waiting for all that to happen, I was still applying. So I think I sent in a total of 9 applications. I did 2 video interviews, 1 phone interview, and then I had a second interview, live interview. So the recorded interviews, I was so nervous. I know nothing about any of this, but it really isn't that bad. And the reward for your perseverance is tremendous. It's definitely worthwhile. So I think your course, so I like that it was personal. I was able to reach out to you. You always responded. People in the group on the Facebook page are very responsive and positive and supportive. I mean, and you need that when you're going through this process, because there are times where you might feel like you're not getting anywhere or it's never going to happen. And the company is growing tremendously. I'm sure there's going to be plenty of opportunities that keep coming along. It's just, there's so much growth going on. I would not give up. Don't give up.
Awesome. Well, I don't want to keep you too long. We appreciate you coming on. Any more things that you love about naviHealth before we go? And then lastly, maybe any more tips for anyone that's persevering right now and is jealous of you.
Well, today I had my first one-on-one meeting with my CTM since we launched our state. And it was such a comfortable conversation. And I had, having had 20 years of home health experience, I'm definitely looking to, this is just the beginning of my journey with naviHealth. So I wanted to know what that path might look like and what suggestions that she had. And she immediately connected me to 2 areas that I can already start to develop my skills outside of what would be expected at this. So I love that. I was at a job for 18 years and you have 1 rehab manager. When my time came along, my kids were young, I couldn't do it. And that opportunity doesn't come along often. So this is just incredible. I don't know. I just, and the culture and the people, it's amazing. And tips, I could give you a whole book on tips. I will say I was sending out resumes for like 2 months. And then one day you had said something about looking, comparing what is in your resume and then using like word jumble or something where you cut and paste and it tells you what you should include in your resume. And I printed my resume out. My resume had no margins, no borders. It was in tremendous print. I had been sending that out, probably sent out 30 of those to so many different jobs. And if I didn't print it out and look at it, I never would have known. So print your resume out, look at it. Make sure you follow any guidelines that the company gives as far as what fonts they want you to use. I also learned that a Yahoo email, AOL email, that can all outdate you. So I quick switched to Gmail, which was really an interesting thing that I did not know about. I did join LinkedIn. That was a work in progress. I did everything that you said to do. And, I did have, like, I was a little afraid and I wasn't sure and I was very hesitant, but you know what? You have to do it. This is what they're looking at now. You have to get up to date with all those different things because you're going to use them. And even when you go to work for the company, they have your LinkedIn attached to your employee profile. And I don't know, whatever you need to do, like break down that barrier if you have any and just go for it. It will be worth it in the end.
Yeah. Take the time, go through the course. Exactly. Take the time, go step by step. And I'm so glad, Donna, that you're so happy because that's really 100% what we want is, we recommend the companies that people love and that they're happy with. And, obviously this isn't for everyone, everyone's got different personalities, but, to be able to work remotely, not have to commute, saves you so much time, energy, and money. The benefits and the benefits package and all that comes with naviHealth benefits, as well as the wonderful collaboration. And you're not the first person that's talked about upward mobility.
Yes.
We've got several other students very quickly in that have moved up the ranks to different roles. And there's finally a ladder of upward movement that we never got in the therapy world. So
even if it's like lateral mobility, there's opportunities to work for L&D. There's tech positions. There's a lot of opportunities if you have an interest in value-based care. I mean, it's really endless. But what I found so captivating was that my CTM was actually interested in what I had to say and responded so quickly. I've never experienced that. I'm not gonna tell you how old I am, but I've been working for a long time and I've never experienced that before. And it was instantaneous and she wanted me to train for something. And I had a call from another employee like an hour later and we got right on to Teams and she taught me what it was. I've never experienced that. And also one other thing that I think people get concerned about is connecting. Everybody's located all over the country. I have a Teams chat going with 2 people that I have been with from the first day in L&D. I started an after hours chat for myself and the other people who are on after 5 o'clock. There's team chats, there's social chats. I mean, you have every opportunity to be connected. So I don't feel alone. Sometimes I have to turn it off because it can be overwhelming. But I feel very connected to everybody that I work with. So that should not be a concern either.
Wonderful. I love it. Well, I'm going to go let you walk your dog. I appreciate the puppy's patience. And thank you again, Donna, so much for coming on.
So much. Emma,
and reach out if you ever need anything. We have a lot of other students that have, worked up the ranks. So we're always here to support you even after the journey. And everyone keep persevering. It's well worth it. And thank you so much.
Thanks, Emma. Have a great night.
You too. Bye-bye.
Bye.